Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome to the program Blessings of Islam. Today we'll discuss the power of Saum or fasting as it helps you develop emotional intelligence. Now let's begin with the concept of emotional intelligence. If we talk about this concept, earlier we know that there was a time when people discuss IQ a lot. Then nowadays we are talking a lot about emotional intelligence. So among the main components of emotional intelligence, so if we talk about the main pillars of emotional intelligence, then we learn about self-awareness, self-regulation, social skills, empathy, motivation. These are the main components of emotional intelligence. So we know very well that emotional intelligence is such a thing that predicts your performance, and it also predicts your success. So emotional intelligence matters a lot. So today we are going to understand how the fasting or Saum, it can help you develop emotional intelligence. So let's first talk about self-regulation. If we talk about self-regulation, fasting is something that helps you maintain your life, that you are having hunger and you are feeling hunger, you are hungry and you are thirsty, but you avoid food, you avoid water. So in that condition, you are regulating yourself, you are preparing yourself and having a control over your actions. So this is ultimately helping you develop self-regulation. And then if you think about fasting, it connects you with Allah Almighty. So it helps you understand about your own self. It helps you develop a sort of identity, and that is called a Muslim identity. You are connecting to the Lord, and this is leading you towards self-awareness. And if we talk about empathy, so now let's just think about the situation of fasting. When you are fasting, you are feeling the hunger, right? And you are feeling thirst. So you are in a position to understand the feelings of others. Empathy is something the way we explain empathy is, what is empathy? Empathy is the ability to understand the feelings of others, to step into someone's shoes, to understand their emotional experience. And it also refers to ability to share the feelings of others, to understand the emotions of others. So fasting helps you understand the situation of those people who are not having food, who are not having water, who are not having resources in their life, right? So this ultimately helps you understand their situation. So you are in a position to experience their emotional state in the state of fasting. And if you go on further, emotional intelligence is also about social skills. So when you go on to present food and water to people who are fasting, so this is the act of worship also. This is also a good act, the act that gives you so much reward in the akhirah. As the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, man fattara sa'iman kana lahu mislu ajrihi ghayra annahu la yanqusu min ajri sa'imi shay'a. That if you are providing something like food or water to help the one who is fasting to break his fast, so you will be having the same reward as of theirs, and the reward of that fasting person will also remain there, and it will not be decreased, right? So in this situation, when you are helping other people who are having fast to have good food, to have water and other resources to break their fast at the time of the end of fasting, so in this situation, what you are doing, you are actually helping people, and this will be ultimately connecting you to the people, and this will lead you to have good social relationship with people. And if someone comes to you and tries to have an argument with you, so at that time, if you avoid argument with that person and just says ana sa'imun, so you are acting about the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We also read in hadith that there are so many people who fast, but they do not acquire anything from that fast except hunger and except thirst. So what does this hadith talk about? This hadith relates to the people who do not act, who are not following the spirit of fasting or the spirit of Saum. It means that they are fasting, but they are misusing their, the power of speaking. They are not using good words. to talk to people, they are using foul language, and they are doing other acts that lead them to sins, and they are not following the teachings of Islam. So fasting also requires that you should be remembering the spirit of fasting, and that is to get close to Allah Almighty, to avoid misusing your tongue, your words, and to avoid any sort of bad action that might harm people. So what we understand, that at the end of the day, when you are fasting, you are enhancing your emotional intelligence. So this is also a message for those who try to who want to understand Islam, that when you start practicing Islam, when you act upon the teachings of Islam, when you follow the teachings of Islam, it helps you become a better person, and it enhances your your powers. As we have talked about emotional intelligence, we have so many other things to explore. If we talk about the power of Saum and fasting, inshallah, we'll connect you again with the next episode, inshallah.